very, very well. But then it's human. Oh, they're human beings. And who are you to tell them that you're not hating on them when all you just want to do is point them in the right direction, or tell them what they should have done better, as well as praise them for what they did good. Now, this is a brand. Nigeria Info FM is a brand. Some individuals are brands. So we can look at it from the brand being a company or a business or an individual. Let me think of some human beings who are brands. I am a brand. I had to say that, Abby. Yeah, some humans are brands. There's the Omotola Jalade kind of brand. I mean, you understand what I mean. Some footballers have sold themselves as brand as well. Now, a Nigerian woman was arrested for claiming that a tomato paste she bought in a market tasted sugary. Yeah, the tomato paste she had bought in the market tasted sugary. I wouldn't want to mention the name of the paste or the manufacturer, but the bottom line is this woman, a certain Chioma Akole, made her comment in a post on her Facebook page on the 17th of September. She actually goes by the name Chioma Egodi Jr. on Facebook. The post, seen by Premium Times, Ms. Okoli said she had gone to the market on 16 September with the intention of buying 2 other brands of tomato paste, but could not find them. She said she later bought the brand she bought, which she had planned to use in making stew. When I opened it, I decided to taste it. Sugar is just too much. Now, let me call you out. Those of you that are in the habit of tasting toothpaste. Oh my God, Denise. Tasting tomato paste. What is it that you want to find in that one that you cannot taste when the stew is ready? Anyway, I shall have no words for you. In the post, she urged other Facebook users to confirm if they had used the product before, apparently to ascertain if they had similar experiences. And I can totally relate. Tomato paste naturally is sweet. So at what point do you determine if this one is sugary? If it is sugary, if it is too sweet, or if it is just the taste of the rich, ripe, plummy tomato that was, blended and processed into tomato paste. It was gathered that she was arrested on Sunday by the police. Now, the company that manufactured the paste described as untrue and unfounded that it paste tastes sugary. Now, you may also agree with me that it may be a fake or it may be an original. In a statement issued by its management, the company said it was built on the vision and mission to manufacture and promote healthy and wholly made in Nigeria tomato products with a commitment to feed Africa, including Nigeria. Our initial reaction was to ignore and disregard the post. Now, I'd like us to highlight some of the things that were possibly not right. You are a brand, and someone says something about your brand. Your initial reaction, was to ignore and disregard the post, which was obviously intended to mislead our esteemed customer and discredit the image, the company said in a statement. Let's go back to last week's conversation of building our image as Nigerians, as a country. Now, I'm not sure that company had a PR department, but if they did, well, ignoring such posts, it didn't sit down well with me, but this is my opinion, no, Ganga. It claimed that similar posts were previously instigated by some elements and syndicates uncomfortable with the company's market dominance. Considering, however, that their brand built a reputation as a credible organization committed to due process and the good of humanity, we have decided to bring the said publication to the attention of relevant authorities, the statement said. Hold on, follow me through with this story so you have an understanding of why we are having this conversation. The company vowed that it would take all necessary actions against any malicious attack on its reputation. Now, the Chief Executive Officer of the Federal Competition and Consumer Protection Commission, FCCPC, Babatunde Irukera, announced that the arrest of Ms. Okoli over her post. They were the ones that announced it. And this person is a lawyer. Now, in a post via his X handle, he said FCCP operatives confirmed to him that the suspect has been transferred to Force headquarters in Abuja. She was no longer at the station on arrival, that's 1 a.m., working to determine their exact current location and engaging Force headquarters in Abuja, he wrote on X. She only made a comment, which can be counted as criticism. She only wanted to be sure that she was not the only person that had experienced such. Now, the company decided to ignore at first. What now made them go look for her and arrest her much later for making a comment about your product? So while you do adverts and you are looking for customers, you want people to buy your product. What about customer satisfaction? And there's something that has to go with satisfaction. Customer satisfaction and what? What's the other word? Customer satisfaction and somebody help me. Oh, there is that two. They're like brothers and sisters. You cannot say one and you not say the other. I'll remember it, Sha. But what I'm saying is this. They went far, obviously. But how best can brands handle criticisms from customers? I have had to report brands before now because what I got did not meet my expectation. What did I do? I simply went on social media, tweeted, tagged, put pictures as evidence. And after months, they eventually reached me, apologized, and explained what could have possibly transpired. It was a dairy product, an evaporated milk. I don't want to mention the brand. These people went as far as asking me for my home address. They came to my house, had a discussion with me on what could have gone wrong. They even told me the steps they took to ensure that there was not a repeat occurrence. They asked for the batch number of that particular product I had bought. And they said they retrieved all from everywhere, over the country, all the way from Kano. They retrieved all the batches, Ganga, and they took it to the lab for testing of what must have transpired. And after all said and done, they still apologize. See, this product I bought, as at that time, was about, I think this was in 2021. It was between 150 to 100 naira. Small money. Yes, between 150 to 200. Small money. But it was one product. And they found me. They must have called somebody in Port Harcourt, say, go and look for this woman. And they told me they were sorry. And they said in order to show that they were sorry, they handed me a carton. A carton contains about 24 pieces of that particular. And they handed me, see, it was one product that went bad. But they found me, they responded, apologized, and gave me a carton. Until tomorrow, maybe a lot of people may not understand why I'm loyal to that brand. But I'm sorry, I'm just loyal because of how they handled one customer, which is me in this case. Now, this other company, on the other hand, chose to either ignore, and then when they could not ignore anymore, they went as far as arresting a customer. We need to go on a commercial break now. Don't get emotional. Don't overthink it. But think about it. These brands are out to serve you, the customer. And they say customer is king or customer is always right. So how best should they handle criticism? Stay tuned.
The show continues after this break on
right, welcome back to the conversation on the sunny side. Someone says, these stories on Tuesday I enjoyed to listen to. Thank you guys for all these stories. You're welcome. Okay, but enough of listening to just stories. Let's be a part of the conversation by tweeting our response. Twitter is at Nigeria Info PH and Facebook page is Nigeria Info 92.3 PH. On Instagram and Threads, see the way I'm humble. I'm very humble because I understand how important you people are to us as a brand. On Instagram and on Threads, it's at Nigeria Info. No, Instagram and Threads at Nigeria Info FM _PH. Now, to be a part of a conversation, you can call 0817 923 0002. 0817 923 0002. We also have 0817 923 0003. Okay, these are the numbers to call. And when you do call, remember our call screener is always on standby to take your calls first and pass you on to me in the studio. So it's not my voice you will hear first, but that of the call screener. Also remember to turn down the volume of your radio set as you call and be audible so we can hear you. WhatsApp and Telegram number for your WhatsApp and Telegram messages is 0809 030 6416. Once again, 0809 030 6416. How best can brands handle criticisms from customers? You do advert, you beg for customers, you are humble when you want to receive customers, and then when they criticize, I'll share with you. Remind me to share with you what I've been seeing a lot on social media lately. But let me hear from Real Gift, calling from Port Harcourt Township. Hi, Real Gift. Good afternoon. You're welcome. I'm so glad to have you join us. Why are you laughing?
Oh, good afternoon to you, Lady B2W.
Good afternoon to you, Jare.
I think at least the ambassador, you're not sure that they handle the PR side of the station and everything put together, even elsewhere. Or brand itself, you follow. Well, you need to go with the Bible, so keep it up.
Thank you.
See,
thank you so much.
For this issue, when you talked about experience, did you go out on Twitter to tell them that I'm not about them, so make them check their own whether they buy, whether not say they?
If I did that,
yes, or you just called the attention of the producers of this product.
Okay, I tagged the brand, and then I tagged FCCPC as well. I think, yeah. Okay. Let me check. I should be able to find that tweet. Yeah. Let me check. Let me be sure so I don't mislead the public.
The way you went about your own was different from this other woman's own.
Okay.
In our own case now, she now said, every time I come, make on a check, see what I don't see. You understand my point?
Yeah.
Now, I think she would have, just like this, either go to this company or where she bought the product from, lay a complaint quietly, meet the standard organization of Nigeria also, and those in charge, if possible, NAFDAC can join, because this is beverage or what food also.
Yeah.
Now, did she bother to look at the content or what they use in producing that paste? Do you know that you still had some form of additional sugar in tomato paste?
I have never, funny enough, have I checked before? I used to pay attention to all those things until lately. My bad.
I want you to check.
Okay.
I want you to check because it is part of it. Maybe this one, the person don't do overzealous. Go put them too much. Assuming. But for me, I think she went about the wrong way because on the side of the company, because they say when you blame a rat for eating up your fish, you also blame your fish for allowing an aroma to attract the rat. Now, they said initially they ignored.
Yeah, their initial response, hold on. They said their initial response was to ignore and wait, I have to quote them because our initial reaction was to ignore and disregard the posts.
Which is where the went wrong from the outset on their own side. Because the truth is that you are in the business because of the public. And when a complaint comes from one person, definitely you have to look at it, because that one complaint from one person might lead to a total boycott of that particular product. Peradventure, it is now found out that indeed, maybe this particular production has challenges which has not been there before now.
Okay.
And nobody, like they say, is above mistake. So for me, the woman went about it the wrong way. The company themselves went about it the wrong way.
Real gift. Let's call a spade and not any other gardening tool. The truth of the matter is, we cannot sit here and start telling people how to go about with their criticism. I mean, somebody likes you. Your friend may like you and say, oh boy, I better consider and I want to talk to you. You may say, why did you talk to me with that tone? Sometimes you want to know the intention behind the criticism. I am sure this lady was only concerned as a customer. If probably she had never used that product before, it wouldn't be any of her business. So I don't think we can now tell people criticize like this, don't criticize like this. But then again, the criticisms will come. But as a brand who is looking to get new customers, my customer, see me here, come buy my market. You should be thinking about how to retain existing customers as well as get and the meaning of complain and look at synonyms. But thank you, Real Gift. Thank you so much. Valentine from NTA Road. Welcome to the sunny side. Go ahead.
Okay, I want to look at this very big and wonderful topic you brought up now. Because the truth is, the brands we are having now in Nigeria is something else. Like, in the trend that you see too many companies, too many brands that are there. So you can see that no proper checking. I remember I went to an eatery. If not for anything, I would have mentioned the name. But
don't bother mentioning them. Just go ahead, so that they will not come and arrest you. Just go ahead.
So I went to get something. I think it was shawarma. I went to get from that eatery.
Okay.
And I saw the guy preparing it. I said, "Guy, I hope this thing is not yesterday something." He said, "No, it's new one." I was just watching. Unfortunately, he gave me the yesterday shawarma that was bad.
Wow.
I bought with my money.
Wow.
So I went home. When I opened it, I said, "What is this?" So I immediately came to him. I said, "Guy, why did you give me this thing?" He said that is new one. So I went in. I said, "I want to meet the manager." So they were trying to know what is happening. I told the manager, I said, "Why do people be selling poison to the public? That if I decide to take this thing now to NAFDAC and all of that, you will lose the job. You will lose your job, and at the same time, you pay the damages." So I think if we should have good monitoring team that can monitor all these products, all these brands, you see, they will go there to brand something. It's not hard to get what they call a CAC. It's not hard. They'll pay money, but no good regulation of what products are they of standard or not. Today, people believe in foreign drugs to be more effective than the one we produce here. If you go to a market and say this is made in Nigeria, people don't see it because there's no standard in it. So, if you want to criticize the brand, you see them, they don't want to even stand firm to even apologize.
All right, thank you. Mr. Zion from Jerry, welcome to the sunny side. Go ahead.
Yeah, good afternoon to you.
Good afternoon.
I think to a large extent, I would say the thinking is wrong.
Okay.
Is that when it comes to criticism, must be constructive. Do it in an environment whereby the person you are criticizing will have a room to improve. But some of us, our criticism is not like that. We criticize to condemn. Where the person we are criticizing will not have only room to even improve or explain themselves. And that is toxic.
Mrs. Zion, we can sit here from now till tomorrow and try to decide on whether the lady was wrong or the lady was right. But let us have something not at the back of our mind, but in front of our minds. That as a brand, I don't think you can go and put words in people's mouth, or you can say, oh, you're going to only respond to constructive criticisms, or oh, any criticism that is like hate speech or bad belly, you will not respond to it. We are different human beings. The way I respond to things may be different from the way you respond to things. Some people may not talk, but in their mind, they have what they want to say. And they only wait for one day when you were not expecting it. They throw you like bomb, boom. I don't know if you get what I mean. But then again, as a brand, this is, I think we're making a case for brands now, because it is all in a bid to make them better, if you ask me. How best should they handle it? Whether it comes in a constructive manner or it's thrown at them anyhow.
This way, I had a problem like this also in Port Harcourt. Mine was a bread.
Bread, okay.
This particular bread was, family and I will love this bread because it's good for toasting. But there was this particular bread we once bought. The thing was so sugary. What do? I pick up the phone and I call their customer care. They link me up to their brand quality control manager. And I call, sir, this is what I observed. He said, one. I said, look, I just bought this bread yesterday. And I said, well, actually, they have been getting calls that their bread has no sugar, that they should add more sugar. I said, sir, look, for the benefit of even diabetic patients that want to be the first to test your bread or that love your bread, because of the sugar quantity, they may not want. What they do? They adjust. Few weeks, they called me. We saw, of course, they gave me some bread for loyalties and stuff like that. What am I trying to say? Because I did not condemn them.
Now, Mr. Zion, sorry to interject. Do you know that some way, somehow, that conversation will probably give these people business idea? The very sugary version and the non-sugary version. If you like sugar, buy this one. If you don't like sugar, buy this one.
Some of our products already like that are already. We have the vanilla brand, we have the strawberry, we have the grape variety, and most of us, we don't check the content of this product before we buy them. So if you're expecting to get your strawberry taste, you go to, you are getting vanilla taste. What are these things no good, you don't spoil. You see the problem now? So I think we customers too, we should be deliberate in doing our due diligence in getting these products.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Zion. Precious. So I told Real Gifts I was going to look up the dictionary for the meaning of criticism and the meaning of complaint, and also look for synonyms. Criticism, noun, the expression of disapproval or of someone or something on the basis of perceived faults or mistakes. Criticism, the expression of disapproval of someone or something on the basis of perceived fault or mistakes. 2. The analysis and judgment of the merits and faults of a literary or artistic work. Synonyms for criticism: reproval, condemnation, denunciation, disapproval, fault finding, abuse, capping, upbraiding, berating, castigation, scolding. There are a lot. Now let's go to complain. Complain as a verb is express dissatisfaction. Express dissatisfaction or annoyance about something. Back to criticism. Expression of disapproval of someone or something on the basis. See, let's not kid ourselves. Synonyms for complain: protest, grumble, whine, criticize, find fault with, lament, oppose. What's this other one I'm seeing here? Grouse, beef. So, ladies and gentlemen, you can use complain in place of criticism. That's what synonyms are. Similar words. You can use complain in place of. It depends on the context. But back to the original story. This woman was arrested for claiming that a tomato paste she bought in a market tasted sugary. The manufacturers responded, FCCP responded, and at the end of the day, she was arrested. Now, their statements as a brand did not come off right. Their action to arrest did not. This is your customer. Now, let me read their reaction at first. Our initial reaction was to ignore and disregard the post, which was obviously intended to mislead our esteemed customers, of which this woman is one of them, and discredit the image of the brand. It claimed that similar posts were previously instigated by some elements and syndicates uncomfortable with the company's market dominance. Was the best thing to do arrest her? I'm looking for her exact words. Hold on. This was exactly what she said. When I opened it, I decided to taste it. Sugar is just too much, she wrote. Mrs. Zion said the bread was too sugary. In my own case, the milk was not milking. I think I found the tweet. I found it. It was in 2022. And I tagged them. I said, hold on, where is it? Oh, I tagged them. I tagged FCCP. I am still trying to understand what was packaged and sold to me as evaporated milk this evening. I opened a pack of your milk and poured it into my custard and beheld a major disaster. No thanks to you, I had to throw away my entire bowl of custard. And then I said the best before date shows, I told them, so how do you explain why the content is like this? And a lot of reactions. Some people said, did you check the expiry date? I said, yes, I had it checked. And it still had months ahead. This was how I chose to go about it. Hello, I'm not expecting Mr. Zion to go about it the same way. Neither am I expecting Mr. Chukwuma to go about it the same way. But at the end of all of this is how the brand chooses to handle complaints or criticisms. Precious from Omomasi, welcome back. Go ahead.
Thank you very much. Good afternoon, Denise.
Good afternoon. How do you do?
Okay.
All right, go ahead.
Okay. In fact, this matter is...
it's not mattering.
It's not mattering at all. It's not mattering at all. They didn't try at all. No, they didn't try. They really went about it the wrong way, because if one of our officers was saying, did she complain or did she criticize? In Nigeria here, any which way in a way. Yes. If she had to go on Facebook to do what she did, I think it was okay, because if at that time when she was trying to reach the company, reach this one and reach that one, somebody else at one other part of the world could be using that, and what if it was something that was harmful? So I think her reaching out on Facebook at the time she did could have just been a way to reach people at the quickest time.
Okay.
And the easiest way for her. If you are using the thing, well, let me know. What if she is diabetic? Yes, you say she does not. She did not check if there's sugar in the product or not. I'm just saying, what if something else? It couldn't have maybe been the paint.
So what would be your advice to brands on how best to go about such?
They should have reached out to her in a more, for lack of a better word, in a more polite way.
Okay.
Not arresting her was actually going the wrong way. In fact, with this alone, the number of customers, for this alone, they should be called out. You should know these people safe. Because I will tell it to everybody that I know. See this particular one. Please no buy.
No buy. Okay, thank you so much, Precious. Did the Rumokoro markets don't spoil you finish? You just they sound like those our market men. I live it like that, oh Jerry. Are we not all marketers? Someone says, hello Didi, good afternoon. Just a few seconds, please. Hello Didi, good afternoon. So last week I decided to treat yourself to a hot smoky jollof rice, and I got one of those tomato paste. I couldn't believe what I bought as tomato paste. I promised myself never to have anything to do with that product. Queen from Ozuoba. Didi, good afternoon. The customer of the product who complained about sugar and the tomato paste did what is right. What she did was patriotic and should be released immediately. What the outfit should have done is to check their products and not to act as a mafia. Nestle from Port Harcourt. Chris Chima says, Didi, please post a screenshot of your tweet from 2022 here. I'm actually trying to do that. However, if I'm unable to, just go and search on Twitter. You'll find it. Just go to, I think that's the easiest way. Go to my Twitter handle at _Denise_Dennis. Then go to search tweets. Search milk. Once you search milk, anything that has to do with milk or anything I've ever posted about milk will pop up. Meet Prince Will says, Nigerians and companies in Nigeria are not ready for criticism. Sad. This is Nigeria. Probably there's a fake of their products in the market, which they are not aware of. And maybe she bought the fake. But these people are just so unprofessional. Arresting someone because of our experience with your product is way too sad. And you're not wrong. Sometimes the fake products flood the market. And it takes the customers to call your attention to it. And this one says, Didi, they handle your case well because you're a celebrity. Can you stop that? Can you stop that? Says who? Where? How? If not, these brands are so annoying. They don't send you. Maybe you haven't gone on Twitter. I don't have as much followers as some people who are not even celebrities. So let's not go there. It's not about celebrity thing. Maybe because I tagged the right people. But have a good afternoon, Denise. Did you mean to say customer satisfaction and protection? Nice show and nice day. Abo Kariba sent that in. Thank you so much. Parhakat, good afternoon, Denise. Customer satisfaction and protection. The woman did absolutely nothing wrong. If she sues the company for defamation of character and unwanted arrest and detention, she can make plenty money, oh. She should engage a lawyer. The company might end up being in trouble. Abo Kariba, the experience of Denise with the milk company should be the model. Okay. Didi brand should learn to admit if there is a fault in their brand. It will help instead of going the extra mile. From Ipakribo, good afternoon. Good afternoon to you too, Ipakribo. Now, I was going to share what I see on Instagram lately. These days, you find a lot of people who are chefs on Instagram. Chef this, chef that, Chef Hilda, Chef Bassi, this kitchen and that kitchen. And because I love to cook a lot, I love to try out new recipes, it somehow happens that, by the way, let me tell you this for free. Some of your mobile phones have artificial intelligence. So sometimes they're able to, what you search for. Sometimes you don't have to search. But from previous search, they're able to throw something in your face that resonates with what you're looking for. It's like juju, but not juju really. Forgive me for saying juju. I'm just trying to say how it works. And you might think, oh, it's juju. So most of these food things will always pop up, especially when I go on social media. And I would see them do the cooking. I would see people's comments. Wow, this looks yummy. But guess what? No matter the effort they put in, remember, they're looking for patronage. So sometimes when they come and share a recipe with you, it's not because they like you so much, oh. Sometimes the main ingredient that will make the food sweet, they not put it in the camera for you to see it. You have to figure that one out on your own. Or you go and pay for master class. That is why your jollof rice is not jollofing like their own jollof rice. Then there are people that will say, why didn't you use gloves? It's not hygienic. Why is the tomato paste so like this? a lot of people, this looks yummy, this looks fine, but they are still the ones that will come and say, you shouldn't have used this particular type of pot for this meal. Imagine someone was teaching someone that has been in the business of producing tiger nuts for years with patronage of over how many people. Is teaching the person that you should not have done your tiger nut like this. And I looked forward to the response. And so I'm always there for the comments and the response. The way she gave it to the lady, I'm like, did she really deserve it? Yes. It didn't make sense to me that you didn't even have experience in tiger nut making. But maybe you went to YouTube and you watched one video of how to make tiger nut milk. You felt like you could teach someone that has been doing the business for years. But then, this lady might be a potential customer if she's not yet an existing customer. And the lady's response will determine whether or not she becomes an existing customer, right? And she said, mind your business. And I'm like, wait, what just happened here? I was expecting a more polite response. Oh, the reason why I do mine like this is because of this. But some people are clearly haters, gangan. And sometimes some of these brands don't respond. They wait for their loyal customers to come under the comment section and begin to say, I've seen you that used to wear gloves in your own house. But you do your own tiger nut, let us see. But I feel like some of these things matter. They matter a lot because I go on that page for the first time and I may want to have, I may have decided to buy tiger nut from the lady. But maybe the response was not responding well. And I said, what if me and this woman now have small issue because of this tiger nut? She go insult the life come off from my body. Not to worry. Good day, did the lawyer or counsel and anybody else involved in the arrest of the lady of that company should be sacked. The woman should sue the company for damages. Alison from Port Harcourt. Chris from Igrita says, that lady did nothing wrong. I mean, she was merely asking her audience. They didn't see it as her not doing wrong. But in the end, the customer is king, they say. The customer is right. Always, they say. How then do you handle criticisms from your customers as a brand? How do you think brands should respond to you when you mention some things that didn't sit down well with you, didn't meet your expectations, they were not to your taste, did not satisfy you? And then protection, not protect your tummy. Well, it depends on whatever it is you're buying. It may not necessarily be something edible. 0817-923-0002. We'll go on the final commercial break. We come back around.
The Goodluck Jonathan Foundation presents